Hey guys, Ryan Madges here from Winning International. We're here in the beautiful Melbourne Botanical Gardens, just coming back from our Whit Sundays retreat with our amazing seven-figure clients. And one of the topics on our last day, did a bit of a sales workshop, and a few people brought up this idea of how they look at sales. And there are far too many coaches out there that not only don't enjoy sales, but they hate sales. And because they hate it so much, they avoid it. But as we know, sales is the only way that not only can we create cash flow, but we can change lives. And so if we're not even just liking sales or being able to do sales, if we're not loving sales, then our business results and the amount of people whose lives we change is going to suffer as a result. So in this video, I'm going to share the two things that you need to get fully to be able to fall in love with sales. I personally love selling, not because I love closing or I love the thrill of objection handling or anything like that, just because the way that I look at sales, I look at it for its authentic best version, which really is a secret advantage of being a coach. Because when you're selling in a coaching business, you're not actually just selling someone a product that no one cares about. You've got life-changing things to offer. So the first factor that we need to get here to fall in love with sales, guys, is realize that it's not about selling, it's about changing lives. It's not about getting, it's about giving. So every single time I go into a call, I'm not ramping myself up and get pumped and anchoring. I get grateful. I get excited. I get happy that I've got the opportunity to give value to the other person I'm speaking with. Because every time we get in that call, I know that it's my opportunity to change their life. And usually coaches, when they go into the call, are so focused on the ego, so focused on money, focused on getting the sale and having to get that cash flow, as opposed to just enjoying the process and realizing that that call is actually like a coaching call. All right, so that's the first thing. You need to enjoy the process of changing someone's life, of giving value. It's not about you, it's about giving to them. And that's something I personally love talking about what we do, because I'm so passionate about helping people in this area. And I know you are too, so let's look at it that way. Okay, that's the first thing. The second factor is understanding that when you're at the end of the call, which is the point that everything drops. So what usually happens in a sales process is at the start, their energy and their level of empowerment is kind of down here. Your level of empowerment is up here. You're going in to change their life. They're down here kind of a little bit frustrated about the fact they've got a big problem. But as the call goes on, you stay as a good version of yourself because you're giving value and stuff like that, and they're starting to jump up as well. And they're jumping up and getting more empowered. Settle down, bird. They're getting more empowered because you're actually giving them advice that they can use to change their life. So because you're actually giving them hope, they're getting more excited and more empowered. And that's a super positive. But then as soon as it goes right to that point in the conversation where it's the close, then what happens? The energy goes from being them all the way up here and you up here as well, to boom. So do we actually want to do this now? Oh shit, I've got to do something. Boom, they freak out and they go down here. And this is where most coaches suffer and most coaches struggle. Because the reality of what's happening here is it's the best, most empowered version of you versus the worst, most disempowered version of the client. They're stuck in fear right now. This is not the best version of them. It's still the best version of you, but what most coaches do is they fall short here. Instead of empowering that other person up and giving them the confidence and certainty and belief and ability to go, yes, it's possible, you let the worst version of the client, because of your own limiting beliefs and own things that are holding you back, pull you down to the worst version of you. So we need to realize that with this second distinction, that at that end point, it's about you empowering them back up. You will get challenged, but you need to realize that it's not about forcing them or pressuring, it's about making them realize that it's possible, because their fear is scared they're making the wrong decision. And if you can verify that they've got what it takes and they can get that outcome and change their life in that area, that big area that you're gonna help them change, then it's the most amazing transformation you'll ever get. There are so many people that I speak to, and the most valuable thing they actually get so much value from that end of the process because I give them the belief and I help pull them back up. And that's how I converted above 90%, because it's not a sale. There's no pressure. I'm actually enjoying the process. So let's recap on those two things. First and foremost, you need to look at actually giving as opposed to getting. Realizing this is a value transaction, not a sale. And number two, you need to realize when it gets to the end of the call, that high pressure situation, that it's not about closing or pressuring them. It's just about actually empowering them back up. And unfortunately, 8 or 9 out of 10 times, the worst version of the client or the person that needs your help is convinced by the best version of you that now's not the right time. That worst version convinces you and drags you down. That's not cool. At least more often than not, it needs to be you empowering them back up. So we need to realize that. So they're the two factors, guys. Here's my homework task for you. I want you to book in minimum 3 sessions for over the next week. And I want you to comment below to pledge that you're gonna do that. So go in the bottom and say, I will book in 3 sales sessions next week, and realize there's 3 opportunities to give value, to change someone's life, to empower them to grow and to step up to that next level of themselves. Because if they don't, they're gonna stay stuck down here, this version of themselves that isn't getting results in that area that they wanna get. So I want you guys to do that. And secondly, if there's anyone that you know that could value and benefit from going through this little training that I've done, share it out. Link it via a Facebook message or an email to someone that you might know, or just share it generally on your Facebook. It'd mean the world to me, and it would help the people that you know are actually changing lives, change more lives. So that's it from me, guys. You guys have an amazing day. Make sure that you're starting to reframe things in the positive, and you're gonna start to love selling without a doubt. So that's it from me. Have an awesome day. Peace out, much love.